Welcome guys to another Dragon Ball Legends video, and today we are going to be reviewing the recent LFU Zamasu. This is actually the time I recorded this video is the time where he released and stuff, and luckily I was able to pull him on the second multi, at the step 700, which is step 2 I believe, for rotation number 2. So I got pretty lucky. I got one copy of him. I'll obviously try to summon for him more, but for now this is all I've gotten him to. So I'm gonna be talking about his equipment, the team that he could probably be in, as well as his Zenkais and all that stuff. But for now, we're going to see his status right here. First off, his art is cool. It has his little pose. Like I said, I haven't seen the Super Future Saga because I'm still in Dragon Ball Z. I'm rewatching Dragon Ball, so I'm not in this place, and I haven't actually seen this specific saga. So anyways, he is not purple, he is red and a melee type, and the first time you get him he's at 3 stars, which is not surprising. Ultimate R's cover changes strike, nullification, and he has a unique gauge, well 2 unique gauges, which is going to be strike and defense type. So he has a little cool mechanic where when he attacks, when you use a card, his gauge will change to a strike. So the more cards you use, the more damage he does, and obviously the more you fill up the gauge, the more buffs he will get. And same goes for the defense, but instead of you hitting them, the enemies hit you, and your defense gauge fills up, giving you some defensive buffs and stuff. You can read it in the abilities and stuff, the unique abilities right here, but I'm not getting into that. I'm gonna go to the Z ability 2, which is the first Z ability that you unlock when you first get him. Z ability 2 will buff future, powerful opponent, and tag God Key, base strike, attack, and defense during battle by 26%. If you go beyond that, he'll do 30% to tag future, tag powerful opponent, and tag God Key, base strike, attack, and defense, and an additional 15% to tag future, base blast, defense during battle. So I'm for sure going to be summoning for him more once I'm able to get chrono crystals, because I'm kind of lacking. I'm gonna have to buy some more. So I'm gonna move on to his equipment. So the very first equipment is going to be this Awakened Once Again You Have Returned. Since LFU Zamasu is melee type, this will be perfect for him. Slot 1 base strike attack 50%, slot 2 strike and attack and defense both at 15, slot 3 strike attack and defense both at 15 as well. And you get this memory in the Legends medals. And then we have Raging Hope for the Future. Slot 1 strike and blast defense 10%, slot 2 strike defense 50%, and additional 10% to 1 strike defense with 3 battle members attack episode Future Trunks Saga. And base strike attack 50%, and additional 10% to 1 strike attack if there are 2 or more battle style melee type battle members. So if you're planning to go more on to Future Trunks Saga, then I would suggest y'all to use this one. So y'all can use either the LF Vegito that transforms blue, or also the LF Goku Black that turns rose after click his main and stuff. And you get this in the hyperdimensional co-op exchange shop. And then we're gonna have the first you'll have to deal with me. Slot 1 is your choice, strike defense or blast defense both at 20%. Slot 2 strike attack 50%, an additional 10% to strike attack when tag Vegeta Future and tag Vegeta Clan as a battle member. Base blast attack 50%, an additional 10% to blast attack when tag future and tag buff an opponent is a battle member. And you get this in the hyperdimensional exchange shop. And then we have the Invisible, the Almighty and Divine. Slot 1 blast defense 20%, strike defense 30%, slot 3 health and health at 10%, and health restoration at 10%. As you can see here, this one is mainly for defensive type, so if you're planning to go more on defense, then you can use this guy right here. And you get this in the Ultimate Gumi Collection, Normal Future Trunks Saga. And then we have Uncontrollable Anger, slot 1, special move damage 10%, ultimate damage at 10%, slot 2, strike defense 80%, and an additional 10% to 1 strike attack when 3 battle members are attacked by an opponent. Blast defense 80%, and an additional 10% to 1 blast attack when 3 battle members are attacked by an opponent. So if you're going for a powerful opponent team, then I would suggest you all to use these guys. And You get this in the hyperdimensional co-op. And then we have I set on a fearsome foe. Slot 1 special move damage 10%, ultimate damage at 10%, base strike attack 12%. An additional 12% to one strike defense with 3 battle members are tagged God Key. Blast attack 12%, additional 12% to one blast defense with 3 battle members are tagged God Key, and you get this in the Ultimate Equipment Collection, normal God Key. And then we have your divine powers not looking so wondrous now. Strike and blast defense both at 12.50, slot 2 base strike attack at 30, base health 10%, ultimate damage at 10%, and you get this in the Ultimate Equipment Collection, normal fusion warrior in red. And then we have put this on your right ear before it's too late, please. Base key recovery 10%, special move damage at 12%, strike attack at 30%, slot 3 blast attack at 30%, and you get this in the Ultimate Equipment Collection, normal Patora. And then we have the Not If I Stop You. Slot 1 strike and blast defense both at 13%, slot 2 strike attack at 25%, slot 3 blast attack at 35%, and you get this in the Ultimate Equipment Collection, normal future. And then we have the Try Not to Do Anything Too Crazy. Space strike defense 25%, slot 2 strike blast attack 12%, an additional 13.52 on blast attack when 3 battle members are tagged future. Slot 3 strike attack 12%, an additional 13.50% to own strike attack when 3 battle members are tagged future. And you get this in the hyperdimensional exchange shop. We're now moving to the Awakened Gold equipments, starting with Bestowed Hope. We're gonna see this one a lot actually. Special move damage 10%, health restoration 10%, slot 2 you can either choose strike, attack, or blast attack, both at 32%. Slot 3 base health 12%. I will suggest y'all to go for the strike attack for slot 2. And you get this in the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush. And then we have Awakened Worship Me, Great Praise Unto Me. Base strike defense at 28%, blast defense both at 20%. Slot 3 you can either choose strike attack or blast attack. I would suggest y'all to go for the strike attack at 20%. 12% to strike attack when tag Fusion Warrior is a beta member. And you get this in the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush. And then we have Awaken Behold My Perfect Divinity. Slot 1 strike defense 20%, slot 2 blast attack 50%, health restoration at 10%, base strike attack 20%, special move damage 10%, and you get this memory in the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush. As for the teams, I'm gonna try and do like 3 different type of teams that you guys could make. For me, I'm gonna go for Future Saga's team, although I don't really have any good units. I don't have this Goku Black or this one, but I would suggest y'all to use these two because they pick perfectly and because of the same saga. But before we go there, we're gonna go to the Zenkais. So our very first Zenkai buffer is going to be this half corrupted fusion Zamasu Legends Limited. He is red, so he's gonna be able to buff our LF Fuse Zamasu, the recent one. Z ability is gonna buff tag God Key, power an opponent, or attack future, which he is. 3% to strike, attack, and defense. And his Zenkai is element red and tag God Key. So 40% to strike and blast attack, and 35% to strike and blast defense. And then we have this other Zamasu, which is also going to be buffing him. Z ability is gonna do 31% to tag future or attack regeneration, base strike attack during battle. And his Zenkai ability is red and future. 35% to both strike and blast attack, and 40% to strike and blast defense. Now the first team that I'll be discussing is going to be Future Saga team, because well, he is from the Future Saga, so it's only good if we make a good Future Saga team. So for the Future Saga team, you can do this Fuse Zamasu, this old Legends Limited Fuse Corrupted Zamasu, this Vegeta right here. Maybe even these two, if you have his platinum equipment, not his platinum, his unique equipment. I have him at 2 stars, so I wouldn't even bother. You could also go for this Trunks right here. So, go with him. Yeah, because of his Zenkai, so he's gonna be like endurance and stuff and all that. And then obviously we have these two right here. This LF Goku Black from last year, and this LF Transforming Vegito from last year as well. And obviously these Legends Limited Super Saiyan Gohan and Trunks Youth, because they just came out this year, so it only makes sense, honestly. And if y'all really wanted to, I guess y'all can use these ultras too. Ultra Vegeta Blue and Ultra Gogeta Black. This is Gogeta Black. I mean Goku Black has a platinum equipment, so he's gonna have some extra buff right there. So we're gonna move on to the next team. Our next team is going to be Power for an Opponent, which is not much different from the Future Saga team. So y'all can either go for Broly actually, because he is red, unless you want to do a mono yellow team. This fused LF Zamasu, obviously, for obvious reasons. That's also his Zenkai. Also, this fused Zamasu against the buff, so y'all can go for that too. Maybe Omega Shenron too, but now you're adding too much green. I mean, too much red, and y'all can use Ultra Goku Black, Toros too, Goku Black LF. Our next and last one is going to be God Key. So we're gonna have, y'all can have obviously Legends Limited Fuse Corrupted Zamasu. This Vegito right here, Gogeta Blue, the one that has like his recent Zenkai. The Ultras Rose, Ultra Vegeta Blue, maybe even Goku right here if you have his like Platinum equipments. Gogeta Blue, maybe, if you really wanted to, but it's kind of falling off because of like all the recent yellow units. These two Fusion Gogeta right here. This, obviously these tag duos from the Future Saga team. And that's pretty much it. I'll be making a video about him later, tomorrow probably, if I were to make like a good enough team and also decent equipments for him, because well, I'm kind of liking too. I'll get back on grinding to this game because like I'll tell you guys later. Good luck with your summon, guys, and I'll see you guys later.